So what I want to achieve here on a professional level is take the training one step further. So we've got such a great training environment here for land, sea and air. It's the only place in the world where people complain when we don't fly jets low over their houses. And I think there's more that we can make of this. We already do great single service training here. What I want to move to is great joint training where we integrate the ships, the planes, the ground troops and the supporting elements. And the other thing that really interests me here, it's electronically quite a quiet training area. So we don't have the sort of massive electronic noise that you get in the UK or other places. And I think we can make more of that. So what I'm really keen is to do some more complex joint training here and make the most of the environment and make the most of the support we get from the Falkland Islanders to conduct training here.
Over the past few years, in particular, improving relationships with Argentina has been really high on the agenda. Is that going to continue?
So, yeah, the international relations with Argentina are a matter for the UK government and the Falkland Islands government. But what I can say on the military to military side, we've always had shared humanitarian values with Argentina. Even during the 1982 war, we had shared humanitarian values, and that's what I'm keen to improve upon. You'll remember the Argentine submarine tragedy, the San Juan, where we provided a lot of search and rescue support to Argentina in an attempt to find that submarine. This is a really remote, inhospitable part of the world, whether it's South Atlantic Ocean or the Southern Ocean, Antarctica, and Argentina and the UK and the Falkland Islands have a shared responsibility to do search and rescue, humanitarian work in and around this area. Only a couple of weeks ago we did a big search and rescue operation out in mid-ocean to take a casualty from a Dutch cruise liner in this case. So there's plenty of scope to improve the working relationship with the Argentine military, and in fact I'm sending a small team over to Argentina hopefully at the end of February to do a search and rescue exercise with Argentina. With regards to humanitarian work, as a military officer, it's my duty to ensure that the dead of all sides here in the Falklands are treated with dignity and respect, and we will continue to support Argentine families to come and visit their cemeteries here, and we are of course supporting the Red Cross in their DNA identification program, and we will support the repatriation of identified remains back to Argentina if that's what the families wish, or the correct recognition of those remains here at the cemeteries.
What do you think the challenges are that you'll face out here?
Well, the remoteness is the obvious big challenge here. We're 8,000 miles away from the UK. There's 2 air bridges a week. There's a ship every 6 weeks. So everything we do here, we're at the end of quite a small line back to the UK. So we've got to look after ourselves. We've got our own power station, we've got our own water plants, we've got our own schools, got our own port, got our own airfield. That takes a lot of effort, and as we all know, resources in defence at the moment are quite tight. There's not a lot of money around. In fact, we've been asked to make savings. So I think that's the big challenge from a professional point of view here.
And what about personally, what would you like to see?
I want to catch that big sea trout. That's what I want to do. So this is the #1 fly fishing location in the world without any shadow of a doubt. I mean, New Zealand and Chile get pretty close, but I think here the remoteness, the wildness, I think is just unique. So yeah, I want to catch that big trout. I also want to relearn to ride my motocross bike. It's been 15 years since my wife allowed me to have one, and she said I could have one here. So I'm going to get back into that, and I want to hit all the big wildlife areas as well. And then also the hospitality here, the restaurant scene, the food scene, the smoko scene as they call it, the tea and cake out in camp. I want to try all that.